Hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning, guys. It's morning, and right now I'm just relaxing and thinking about things. I don't know about you, but a lot of things come to my mind first thing in the morning when I wake up. I swear, like, that's when we're at our best. Seriously. Definitely how it goes. Okay? So, I had to come over here, talk to you guys. Give you a little idea of things going on. Okay. All right. So just picture this. Picture this. Okay. Wait, let me put my glasses on. Right. All right. Okay. Picture this. You're at home and you're alone, right? Just you and your coffee, your tea, whatever. And you start to think. You start to think differently. How creative, you know? Because life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It's not going to wait for you. I'll tell you, me, myself, I used to just sit there thinking, like, and I would write things down and I'll put it on my whiteboard and I'll put it down in a book and I'll close the book. And when I'm on the train and I'm on my cell phone, I'll write down these great ideas and I'll email them to myself. I'll say, I'll do it tomorrow. Sometimes I say, I could try again another day. And somehow, the next day and the next day, nothing gets done. So, today, when I spilled my coffee, and I swear for a second, just for a second, I was like, wow, this is the universe right now telling me something. This is the universe trying to tell me something. And I just laughed. Because what else can you do? You can cry, right? You can sip the little bit of coffee you got and move on, I started thinking about how many times I've held back. How many times have you held back because you were afraid of what people would say? Or if we're good enough? Or if the timing is even perfect? I mean, like, I don't know. Is the timing right? Is it time? Who's going to tell me? I don't know. Who's going to tell me when is it time? Because it seems like there's never time to do anything. But we have all this time, don't we? Time is an illusion. It's really an illusion. People will talk. Life will happen. And if you wait for the perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Okay? That's what happens. So, today, I implore everyone to do something tiny but terrifying. Okay? Say yes. Say yes to a thing you usually say no. Because today, I was a little scared to say yes. But we can't always say no. I didn't explode. It didn't ruin everything. It just happened. And it felt like magic. The point is, sometimes you just have to spill your coffee. Keep it moving. Act like nothing really happened. Yep, that's what happened. It spilled. Literally or figuratively. and laugh at it because that's life. And if you keep holding back, okay, your magic moment, it'll just pass you by, okay? So don't wait. Take that small, weird, scary step today. And trust me, your future self will thank you. I mean, like, how many times we've had situations where it seems like it's the end of the world? It's not. You really have to keep going. That's what I could say sometimes. Things happen, spilled milk, spilled coffee, spilled tea, lost money, bad investments, the wrong relationships. We move forward. This too shall pass. Believe me, it will. You won't even think about it later. Okay? Now, I mean, like, I just can't understand why people would think that I would be so worried about something so small. But I'm telling you, things happen as they do, and we just keep on moving forward. Okay? Now, what else can I say about that? I can say that there has been times where I have put things together, ideas and dreams, and people will shut you down on your ideas and dreams. That's another one to remember. They will shut you down. They'll tell you, you know what? That seems outlandish. That seems crazy. Have you ever heard the word crazy to your ideas? Well, guess what? A crazy man once looked into outer space and saw the stars. Yeah, a crazy man once dreamed of a pyramid. A crazy man once dreamed of a world undivided. So dream big. You never know, sky's the limit, as they say, right? One day you'll be thinking of some great idea and you like, wow, I should do that. And then you don't do it. But great minds think alike. So don't be surprised when someone else do it. We're always sitting around waiting to see who's going to be first. The first president, the first preacher, the first doctor, the first nurse, the first inventor, the first scientist. And then we go into culture. The first of this culture, the first of that to achieve. You don't have to wait to see who's going to go first. Maybe you are the one that's supposed to be first. To stand out there and show other people that they too can do it. Maybe someone else did it already. Maybe you want to create a business, a fashion business. Nothing too crazy. Just some t-shirts with cool sayings that you like to hear. But you saw somebody else was doing it. And I know you don't want to be a copycat. But when they made one, they didn't stop making them. And it's a whole bunch of us out here. And we all have ideas. And we don't all think the same. And one thing is not for one person, that's not for us all. Even gold, jewels, gems, a royal life. It's not for one, it's for all. So you have to think about it like that. You see somebody else doing something, that should tell you there's space for you. If you see somebody working in a certain field, if you work in that field, now all of a sudden you want to work in the same field. Man, it's space for everybody. And if anything, you should want to be the jack of all trades. And what do I mean by that? Learn skill after skill after skill to the point you don't need anybody for anything. You could fly the plane, change the tires, install the engine, and create the graphic background to be the illusion for people never to know where you are. It's your life. You choose how to live it. Now, I'm coming from a time when we only had books. Okay? Right now, we have the whole internet. You can choose to watch a bunch of fight videos and laugh. Or you can watch something where you can educate yourself and learn. And I know a lot of people have barriers with English and other languages or even font because maybe like they're not even using font in your language, right? But that doesn't mean you can't listen to an audio book. Even if you have trouble with like paying attention to something, that doesn't mean you can't listen to an audio book and learn something. I tell everyone the best book you can read right now, okay? I know a lot of people would think that I would say the Bible, but the best book I would tell you to read right now in this day and age and how cruel the world is the 48 Laws of Power. Okay? That's what you can read. The most important thing for you to understand is that you have to protect your power. We were all born gifted. And somewhere along the lines, people forgot all about that. But here we are, still here, still standing. So find out what your power is. Find out what your gift is. Own it. Embrace it. It will give you energy. It'll make you healthier than you ever been. It'll make you glow. You'll be literally glowing when you go do that thing that you are here to do. A lot of people miss it and they regret it. They try to instill what they were supposed to be in their child. Now that child has her own dream, her own goal, her own and her own purpose. So let's not do that. But if you've ever been stuck in a situation like that because family dynamics and all, someone has to be the doctor, the other one has to be the lawyer. It happens. But you still have time in the day to make time for yourself, for your personal needs, for your personal growth. Even if it doesn't mean anything to anyone, it means something to you. So I have an idea, a little side project. Find a space in your home. I don't care if it's a corner. I don't care if it's a little nook or a little space underneath a stairwell or a closet. Find that little space and dedicate that space to your dreams, to your goals, and your hobbies. Decorate that space to feel like that. As an example, say you want to be an artist. Get yourself an easel and put up art and name and famous art quotes in the corner or in a closet and put a lamp, a light in there so you can go in there and you can paint. Of course, with the doors open, depending on what type of paint you use. But you want to go in there if you like to knit. Get yourself a nice little knitting chair. I don't know if you like to rock and knit, but it really does help with the rhythm. Okay? And you get yourself a corner, and you get your chair, and you get your yarn and everything, and dedicate that space. This is not just any chair. It's your knitting chair. And the same thing if you like to sew or if you like to do hair. Get yourself a nice stool. Okay? And own the craft. You'll be surprised who supports you. Just ask. You'll be surprised. You might need a little practice. A friend comes over. It's like, hey, can I do your hair? Can I take a picture? Can I do a before and after? Can we do a tutorial? Have a little fun with it. You never know. You might be a really good hairstylist. We don't always need to go to a school to learn a craft. Back in the days, people knew that very well. So I implore people to not limit yourself, okay? We don't need to be depending on TaskRabbit, Uber Eats, Lyfts, or anything. We should be depending on ourselves because there's so many options. Like you have to start thinking about what you want to do in life, where you want to go. And when you're out there, you're going to have some hiccups. You're going to spill some coffee. You might spill some coffee on a few people, but you have to keep going. That happened. You know, you just keep moving forward. As soon as you feel like you're at your worst, it can't get no worse. As soon as you feel like that, I'm telling you, when you're right there, you're almost there. You have to be stronger than you have ever been in your life to feel greater than you have ever felt in your life. That's just how it goes. Sometimes people say it's about karma. Partially it is. So if you're out there trying to push your goals and push your dreams, and deep down you have a dark spirit, it's going to be hard for you to succeed. Very often you will burn bridges that you didn't even know existed. So that's why I say when we're out there in this world and we're being friendly, because there's no such thing as friends, but when we're out there in this world being friendly and socializing with associates, be cordial, be kind always. It says something about you, your character, your demeanor. People would think twice before arguing with you because they will look like a buffoon, yelling and screaming at someone with such class. It'd be almost embarrassing. People will be forced to talk to you the way you talk to them. And if they can't, then they will dismiss themselves. It's just that easy. So remember the karma, because you can want to win even if you want to win the lottery, if you have a dark heart or if you continuously doing wrong to people, then it's gonna come back. So the best thing that you can do, these are for people who aren't religious, the best thing you can do is try to do some good in this world. For everything that you've done wrong, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't cry over the spilled milk. We are not perfect. Sometimes we do act on emotions. I'm not perfect. Please do not look it up. I am not the perfect person in the world. But I'll tell you one thing. You have to make up for any wrong you have done in this world. It has to be even. I hate to say it, 6-7. It really has to be even. I'm just joking, but I'm serious. It has to be even. You can't just lie, rob, cheat, steal, become rich, and survive. You'll be up there rich and you'll be looking for a new heart. You'll be at odds with yourself for what you do. You have restless nights for what you've done. And if you don't have no remorse, the surprise will be bitter. Because karma will come to bite. And I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just telling everyone, don't beat yourself up about it. But, if you ever feeling like, you done wrong, volunteering is a good way to bring your spirits up, recalibrate, and meet people that can help you focus more, have more compassion. At the end of the day, anything we do in this world is of this world and of these people. Okay? So we have to learn to function in society with these people, with this earth, with nature. We have to be able to survive in nature. We can't just ignore people. We can't just ignore the earth. Everything matters. Okay? So follow your dreams, follow your goals, and you'll get there. Okay? Now, as for me, I'm going to make myself some coffee. All right? So have a good morning, everyone. Stay lit and stay true. Toodles. Bye.